Uncharted: The Lost Legacy came out a little over a week ago, and frankly, I was hyped for an Uncharted game for the first time ever. After Uncharted 4 blew me away and became my easy pick for Game of the Year last year, I was beyond excited to get back into the world of Uncharted. So did the new standalone installment meet my expectations? Let's find out. I'm Josh Picard, and this is my suggestive review of Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. If you saw my review of Uncharted 4, most of my points there remain. Surprisingly, however, there are some differences I noticed during my playthrough, both welcome and not so much. One difference I particularly appreciated, though, was on the moderate difficulty at least, this game never had many overwhelming enemies in one area. On the whole, area layouts and enemy locations seemed much more calculated and thought out this time around, and I found myself enjoying enemy encounters, both through stealth and loud combat. With this, however, came some forced stealth segments involving large weapons and vehicles you're forced to move and hide from. These segments rubbed me the wrong way since they slowed down an otherwise fast-moving game to a crawl, but in a way, a change of pace wasn't a terrible thing. Another difference this game brought was very drastic. The entire first half of the game was open world. With 3 temples you can tackle in whatever order you'd like, and a side quest of specific treasures to find behind their own puzzles, there was this new sense of openness and choice that was new to the Uncharted franchise. While the map was somewhat small and sometimes hard to traverse, also the time it took to open and close the maps certainly did not help matters, it was fun to be able to drive around without a story dictating where I go. The aforementioned puzzles to complete the side quests were also very enjoyable and a nice change of pace. On the whole, I give the gameplay of this game an 8 out of 10. While there were some welcome changes to the gameplay, this game just didn't bring enough to the table to blow me away after Uncharted 4. The action segments are more manageable, yes, but the exploration and world traversing sections aren't nearly as memorable as its predecessor. I hate to sound like a broken record, but again, if you've seen my review of Uncharted 4, there's really not much else to say here. This game, like the previous one, is beautiful. The story takes us to India, so we get nice views of a town, the countryside, and the franchise staple temples. Because this is a shorter, self-contained game, however, we don't get to visit too many differing locations, but what's there is great as ever, and the animations and cutscenes are that Naughty Dog top of the line. One thing I would like to note, however, is that the game runs at a locked 30 frames per second, even on the PS4 Pro, with no options to lower the resolution for better performance. With all these things considered, I give the presentation a 9 out of 10. While what's there is beautiful, I really would have liked to see some varying locations, and they tried with what they had, but it would have been nice to see something more. Generally in Uncharted games, the story is where they shine. However, personally speaking, I have to say that this game has the weakest story of any Uncharted game I've played. The plot heavily follows the treasure hunters trying to beat a military-leading baddie to an ancient relic formula to a T, but adds the odd couple unlikely pairing of series regular Chloe Fraser and relative newcomer Nadine Ross. I will say that the character development of the 2 protagonists was something I really enjoyed watching playing out, but their motivations weren't exactly great, and the overarching storyline wasn't anything too special. Also, the antagonist, Asav, is by far the flattest and most uninteresting villain of the Uncharted franchise, at least in my opinion. Nothing about him is intimidating or even unlikable until later in the game when his true intentions are revealed. This isn't a terrible thing really, but it's nice to have a real motivation as a player to want to beat whatever you're up against. I wasn't really in it emotionally, I was just seeing it through for Chloe's personal story. I give the story of this game a 7 out of 10. I just wasn't really into it this time around. This could just be due to my personal opinion, but there wasn't anything really gripping me there. That's not to say it was bad by any means, but it was certainly average storytelling. While I came away from this game somewhat disappointed that it didn't blow me away like its predecessor, I have to remind myself that it was a shorter game for half the price, and for what it is a great package. As a supplement to Uncharted 4, I came away happy, so I have to go on that for my overall feeling of the game. Given that this is more of the best game of last year, including all of its multiplayer, I have to give this game a solid 8 out of 10. While I found more faults in this game than I did in Uncharted 4, I do have to give it all the credit for being exactly what I wanted it to be, more Uncharted. I don't know if this is the last we'll see of the franchise for a while, but if it is, it's not a bad note to go out on. For the price the game launched at, I feel it's a must-buy, and for the inevitable future sale price, it's a no-brainer. While I do wish I was more impressed by this game after the experience I had with the last one, I still have to recognize that this game was great, and I had a lot of fun with it, and really, I enjoyed this more than anything this year so far. If you enjoyed Uncharted 4, I definitely recommend picking this game up, and if you didn't, nothing this game brought to the table will make you love it. But if you're on the fence, it's worth the gamble at this price. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching another suggestive review. I have to do more of these, so please suggest a game in the comments for me to review, for us to play on the show. We are a Let's Play channel, so make sure you click subscribe. You can check them out as they come out. If you like this video, click that like button. I like seeing that number go up. We also have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/suggestivegaming. We stream every now and then. So thanks, guys.